Hello, welcome to your August readings. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of August, as usual, I have two special sales offer available, and they are inspired in this current Leo themed season we are on. And one it's called The Lion's Roar. So obviously, this is a reading that focuses on themes of empowerment and where does your heart lies in the matter, if it's pulling its energy towards empowerment or towards disempowerment, and what you can do about it to meet your true heart's desire. And the other one, it's called Are You the Hunter or the Prey? So this is kind of a reading that looks into as well points of strengths and weaknesses, but in various aspects in your life, and also kind of provides some information towards what kind of tools, what kind of energies you should be bringing in to help you build your kingdom of power and happiness. So if you would like to know more details about those special offers or any other of my services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. Hi, Virgo. So, looking here at the August tarot vision energy and messages for you, there's a feeling a little bit of a passive aggressive presence in the dynamic of your relationships, in particular, that might be somehow relevant and important because it's like you're swinging back and forward between energies, either of your own or reflected in your counterpart or the person and people in general you're dealing with. They have this friction. It carries this element of a lot of on and off as well, like an on and off sense of presence. And I have to say as well some sense of basic discontentment. When I say basic discontentment, it's like some of you are really struggling in getting along or having some sort of compromise, being in the same page with someone or with people in your life in general that are just giving you a hard time and you just can't handle them. I keep getting like some of you are just in this energy during August, like, I can't handle them, I can't handle this. So there's a lot of also frustration, a feeling of frustration coming out of you, Virgo, that might be louder than usual. So when I say this, is a feeling like you're tired of it because this is coming from the past influence. So you already come into August with something from last month that brought up drama, that brought up conflict internally or externally. You have been under some sort of influence that's a little bit hasty, it's a little bit, aggressive, and sometimes it brings this fire that gets easily out of control. So there's something here about as well the manipulation of fire element that has not been channeled appropriately in terms of your own actions or the actions of others towards you, even though I feel like you're trying to see with the Page of Wands in your conscious position. I'm sorry. So with how things are going to be shown to you clearly, the things you will be able to see consciously you're dealing with, and also how your mind is operating. I feel like you're trying to, from that fire energy, from what you have been from the influences you have been under in the last weeks and month, you're going to take something out of it, like you're going to apply this fire energy. You're learning how to use it to open doors for your future, and also to have more fun and enjoyment with this liberation of spirit. So some of you are also this conflict or this energy of out of control fire dynamic has had an effect and is having an effect in the positive side in August for some of you, where you're much more liberated. There's a feeling of being more, this inhibition, this feeling of losing here some of your insecurities when it comes to your actions, when it comes to the things you say, when it comes to your creative endeavors, when it comes to experimenting as well, new experiences, because the Page of Wands is the explorer, is, the little Indiana Jones of the tarot. So this is someone that is always up for an adventure, is always up to explore something, to go on the chase of the sun energy, vibrant, right? The feeling of something that makes you feel, inspired. This is the page that is seeking inspiration and needs that inspiration more than the others. So, crowning your reading for August, Virgo, you really need to be involved and actively participating in things that activate your spirit, that activate your joy, that activate perhaps the inner child in you that did not get the chance to have those experiences during your upbringing. And now it's like there's something here about um, I also feel like there's something here about the fortunate comeback. So this comeback, I'm not sure what it means, but it could be like there's something returning or resurfacing into your life that again you're able to harness some positive outcome from. Some of you, there's also this very highly competitive and combative, again, swinging here between one thing and the other, but competitive and combative energies being manifested in your month. Sometimes you will be like giving a fight, like fighting, but sometimes you're also holding back from experiences in which again this energy of competition is strongly present. So what I want to say is that, for example, uh, if you're wanting to have your work noticed and your work is involved, right, in it has a lot of competition, what you're trying to put out there and what you're trying to have it more visible as you can. Maybe there's a lot of competition in the specific markets you're targeting, but you're still going to give it fight. You're still going to try in your own ways, because small steps. Page is new beginnings, but small new beginnings, small steps, because Page is still about learning. It's on experience, but you're getting yourself more involved into the fight, into the competitive markets or competitive situations in which perhaps before you would shy away from because of a lack of, trust in you, a lack of trust in your power. So I feel like you're also, again, discovering ways to get yourself and your work in particular to be more noticed, to also have more influence. It's like you want to have more influence in the outcomes of situations. So I feel like it's like you want to, in a lot of things, or you're looking for during August, to have more of a saying. It could be in a family situation or a relationship situation or in the choices that sometimes you feel others are making for you. I feel like you're like, no, but I want this. So you're kind of more willing to go against, again, conflict, against opposition when you really are up for something. That, and fire is about independence, it's about your wants, your needs, your desires. So it's things that you want to do by yourself. If there's someone trying to stop you from making the choices, lovers, making the choices you want to make out of love, out of satisfaction, out of joy, even if they seem a little bit careless, even if you're being judged by this King of Swords, I feel like you're still going to push against that, judgment, or I told you not to do this kind of energy, because I feel like some of you Virgos are listening a lot to don't do this, don't go there, don't say that, don't try that. So you're advised to go against a lot of where your spirit and again and your motivation is guiding you to go. And that's your challenge, Virgo, for mid-August, is to trust your inspiration, to trust the creative force in you that is coming out and telling you, try something different. Do something a little bit different. Do something you have not there to do so far. So what if you don't know what's going to come out of it? So what if you are unexperienced? If you keep not doing it, you are always going to be unexperienced. But lack of experience does not mean that you're not able to succeed and have a blast and a good time at what this will be calling you to have and do. I feel like for some of you, there's some also situations here dealing with your love life that are in focus. Um, I feel like for some of you, this passive aggressive energy might also be felt in love. And there's this crossroads some of you are reaching in August when it comes to love and relationships, being that you are in one or single, that deals with it as well the way you pursue your relationships, those that you care for, those that you're passionate for, those that you're passionate by, and also how you allow yourself to be pursued, because you can be again in both energies. I feel like there's this runner chaser energy, and sometimes you might be the runner, Virgo, sometimes you might be the chaser and you're the person of interest as well. There's a little bit of also like the cat and the mouse kind of hunting here, the energy of someone or going after you or playing games here to get your attention, to make sure that you are, coming into their lair, into their plan. So be mindful a little bit of manipulation with the King of Swords in the unconscious. So things that you are unaware of that might come up during August. The King of Swords usually is an air sign personality, so Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius influence, or someone that just has a lot of air, a lot of affinity in terms of their personality with air elements. And so air deals with intellect, the master of the mind, right? So it's someone that is able to either be extremely truthful and honest with his intentions, or it can be extremely manipulative and cold and calculated. So depends on obviously who this person can be for you. Sometimes it's also a judge, sometimes it's an advisor, sometimes it's someone that criticizes you brutally because it does not measure what is how words can impact others. Sometimes it's someone that's just being honest and coming from a loving space, but still being able to be honest and tell you what they truly think. I'm feeling like this person is trying their best to support you and at the same time control you. So this is someone that might also not be I feel like you were dealing with someone during August that it's someone that does not know how to let you be, and again is trying to divert your attention or is trying to make you distracted with their games or with their words and their communication towards you that might be a little bit off or weird, so that you get your mind busy with that. Is trying to do that to keep you from again pursuing your independent ways. So it's someone that can be very controlling, like someone that's really afraid to lose you or afraid that you go somewhere else, like afraid of your distance, afraid of you choosing someone else over them, afraid of, just not have you the way they set you to be in their lives. And I have to say, as you go into September, which is your season, right? The peak of Virgo season, you might be dealing with a lot of undefinition and lack of clarity and lack of understanding of where is this leading? Where is my love life heading? Where should I go with this person? Or what true intentions does this person have, or where do I go ahead in terms of my hobbies, in terms of what makes me happy, in terms of my career pursuits, in terms of my friends and family circles. Where do I go? How do I choose? I feel like some of you also, and this has been coming up for Virgos since last month, I believe. Some of you are getting yourselves, to a point where choices will have to be made, important choices, and there's this period of uh, understanding, right, of the crossroads on its own, right, left or right, um, that you will have to choose. You will have to choose something here when it comes to your life path ahead that is giving you a hard time, because the hangman is a moment of stillness. It's a moment of stillness where apparently there's no um, activity, but there is a lot in the subconscious, right? It's the behind the scenes influence. It's spirit being channeled through us and opening up here our awareness to a whole different reality of the reality we have known so far. So I also feel like some of you, if you're feeling like pressure to choose, it's okay, because in due time, the understanding of where you really want to go or who you really want to be or be with will come to you in due time. It's like there's a lack of information, spiritual information, that would change the whole picture, the way like it's the panoramic vision, right? It's like all changed once you receive this channeling, once you get to see something you have not been seeing, either about this King of Swords, so either about a person in your life or about your love life in general, about the quality of present relationships in your life, and about as well the way you let loose, the way you go after your dreams, after your passions, after what makes you feel just grateful to be alive. And because you're always experiencing something different, you're always seeing something that is worth pursuing during your days, during your weeks. It's like a spirit that is not tired. So there's something here about you also. I feel like some of you Virgos are also going to leave a period of your life where you have been really down with either fatigue or depression, or just tired of life, tired of people, tired of love, tired of all of that, like a sense of extreme tiredness that took you down a little bit. And it's about release of an energy of stagnation that the hangman can also really bring. And it can also make us sometimes we get so used to the hangman influence that the hangman lesson is over and we're still in a hangman mode, because it was such a weird experience. The hangman usually brings a lot of weird feelings, again, of just not being able to cope with life normally, not being able to cope with things that for others are so natural, but for us we start like not just being able to deal with it. And that weirdness, that feeling of being a little bit in this crisis about existence is turning around. That feels like the highest purpose of August, is you turning around the way you look at life at large, and in particular the energy you put out there, right? Like it's like a feeling of going from something where you felt prevented from movement, from fun, from enjoyment, from playfulness, into something that allows you to be there if you choose to go there. Because I keep getting like there's a lot of free will. The Lover's Arcana, it's about that. The very first time in the journey of the Fool, where he is shown complete free will to choose what you're going to do, where you're going to go. So if you want to go in the adventure, You will have to choose that path. If you want to keep being in the hangman, it is your choice. There's a choice here as well in terms of the energetic disposition, because you can do things to fuel and feed the fire, but you can also do a lot of things to sabotage and keep yourself in an energy of stagnation. So it depends on the priority here, the where are you, how, where are you wanting to head, where does your priority lie, because maybe it is in resting, it is in being passive, it is in still needing to go through some time where you just don't want to actively be present in life and in relationships because you don't feel ready. Maybe it is. Again, but there's a need to get down and like to really get down to the bottom of your motivations and your choices, because again, the heart of your reading is a lover. So the lovers, it's the center stage of August for you. Choices, duality, relationship energy of all sorts, romantic, social, but it comes with ambiguity because the lover's arcana is the Gemini energy. So there is a duality here, such as with someone you're dealing with. This person could really be messing with your mind because you don't know the truth about them. They show different sides all the time. Or you are also kind of giving this energy of duality to this person, and this person doesn't know what to do with you, or you don't know what to do with them. And I feel like there's a mutual exchange of energy again um, of difficulty getting down to a point where you decide this is where I want to go, or this is where I want to go, or this is what I want, this is not what I want. So I feel like you also might be in a shared process with someone. If this is in particular about love, your love life, both might be sharing a lot of the same questions, a lot of the same concerns in your mind. So I hope you have a great August. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.